Multiple rounds of severe weather will now be on the table over the next few days, and this could bring damaging winds, large hail, and maybe a couple of tornadoes. But that's not all, because we have a major heat wave that is still going to be impacting the plains and the tropics. We always need to keep an eye on that for this time of the year. Hey guys, it's Convective Analyst keeping you guys updated on the weather, and let's get right into our forecast. We will start off with our convective outlooks for the rest of the night, because I am recording this video at 8:30 p.m. on August 23rd. We will have another video tomorrow because tomorrow could be a pretty big day for the Carolinas. But again, jumping into the forecast for the rest of the night, we have 3 areas of a slight risk of severe weather and multiple areas of a marginal risk. We'll start off with the Carolinas. We do have this very odd-looking slight risk of severe weather. This is for a train. This is for a train of storms that's going to come through here. Isolated wind. We do have a storm report that is north of Charleston. Tree limbs, some tree limbs are down, but again, isolated damaging winds. As you can see, we have that isolated report there. So for the rest of the night, no tornadoes are expected, but we could have wind gusts and hail. And I'm talking about significant wind gusts and significant hail because we do have SIG 1 15% chances for both of those, okay? So if you're in those areas for the rest of the night, you need to be keeping an eye on that. Now, going into Monday, we have 2 areas of a 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather, and we also have another marginal risk for South Carolina and North Carolina. So we'll start off with the slight risks. We do have a 2% tornado threat across the eastern North Carolina coast. So we're going to be watching out for this for an isolated weak and brief tornado. But in this environment, I could see a tornado. I wouldn't say strong tornado, but between weak and strong is a tornado, okay? So we'll just keep that on your mind, okay? We also have an area of a SIG 1 15% chance back up here, right? So if you're in those areas, 75 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts will be on the table for that. And then down near New Orleans, Louisiana area, we do have a 15% risk. There's no hatched area for that. Then we have a large 5% hail risk here, which this is a SIG 1 threat, at least in this area. And then we do have a 5% hail risk in the Carolinas. So just keep an eye out for, in the Carolinas, a quick tornado, damaging winds, and hail. Now Tuesday, again, this is a day 3 outlook, so we're very far out here, but we do have a SIG 1 15% chance. So Tuesday could be a pretty big day of severe weather because this is very far out, and the Storm Prediction Center is looking at a pretty crazy day of severe weather, so we will keep you posted on that. Now, going into the models over the next few days, we'll start off with the Carolinas. Actually, no, we'll start off with what's going to happen over tonight. As you can see, just multiple areas of storms. It's almost impossible to track all of these areas because there's just so many areas that we need to track. But for the Carolinas, these storms will be continuing through about 8 until, I would say, about 10. They will completely move off the coast. But we will be watching for the next few days. I'm actually going to change the model really quick so we can get in. Okay, so hold on. So again, we're in like a weird type of model area. This is why I'm going to record a video tomorrow morning. But we do see those supercells start to pop up there. Again, if this turns into a line of storms, the damaging wind threat will be higher, but I don't really see that happening. If we go over to the significant tornado parameters, they're there, okay? So I mean, there definitely could be a tornado or two in the Carolinas that day. So we do need to keep an eye on that. Now back up to some of these other areas. We're going to turn off the SIGTOR values because there's really not much happening in those areas. But just keep in mind, if you're in any of those areas, if you haven't seen my convective outlooks if you're still watching the video, you should have seen them. If you're in those areas, have ways to receive alerts. It's still low, but you should always have ways to receive weather alerts. Over to the tropics, we have 2 areas of concern we are watching in the Atlantic Ocean. One of these is just going to head north. Nothing's really going to happen with that. We'll look at the models in one moment. But we do have a 50% chance on the 2-day outlook and a 50% on the 7-day outlook. So that's a medium chance, okay? I don't see this hitting anything. And I also don't really see anything hitting with this other one that does look like it's going to go up towards, the United States. I totally forgot the name of this country. But there's a 50% chance on that, okay? So now, over to the models again. Nothing's really going to happen with this other storm. Something might develop here. Now, maybe Nova Scotia could be hit by that, but I don't really see anything happening with that. I think that's Nova Scotia. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really know Canada provinces. But we do see this other storm start to develop across the African coast. And you can see that this is just going to stall directly in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's just going to turn off. Now, some of the models do see this getting a little closer, and none of the models show these hurricanes, show these storms, maybe tropical storms, hurricanes hitting North Carolina, South Carolina, East Coast. Now that definitely could change. It's probably not going to happen, but just make sure you're keeping an eye on the tropics because they can change drastically fast. Like if you remember Helene, no one thought that there was going to be that bad of flooding in the western North Carolina mountains. So just you need to always have ways to receive alerts. Okay. So to summarize all of this up, tropics, don't worry about it for now. Just keep an eye on it. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to know if we go live or when we upload videos or posts. Severe weather is possible over the next few days, and stay tuned for my video tomorrow morning because I will have much more information than I do have now. Stay safe. Have a good rest of your night.